If your diesel truck feels like it is losing air, and your soot filter will not clean itself, you are likely dealing with a low intake air flow error. The code P02ED is a common issue for diesel engines, especially in Chevy, Dodge, Ford, and GMC trucks. It points to a problem with the diesel intake air flow control system, which is usually bolted right to your intake manifold. This system uses a motor-operated throttle plate to control how much air enters the engine. The computer monitors this using the mass airflow sensor to make sure the actual airflow matches what it is asking for. If the computer tries to adjust the airflow, but the sensor does not see a change, it triggers this code. The most common symptoms you will notice are a check engine light, a low idle speed, or a flashing electronic throttle control symbol on your dash. The biggest headache is that this code will often stop your truck from performing a diesel particulate filter regeneration. When that happens, soot builds up in your exhaust, and you will eventually suffer a major loss of power. Most of the time, this is caused by an electrical short or an open circuit in the motor control. However, it can also be caused by heavy carbon buildup around the throttle plate, which physically blocks it from moving. To start your diagnosis, you should check for any technical service bulletins for your specific truck year and model. Then find the airflow control motor and look for any melted plastic or frayed wires in the harness. Unplug the connector and look for green corrosion on the metal pins. If everything looks clean, but you see carbon gunk inside the intake, use a rag and some intake cleaner to wipe it out. Be very careful never to spray cleaner directly into the intake, because it can cause the engine to run away or damage your catalytic converter. After cleaning, you can use a scan tool to clear the code and see if it returns. If the code stays gone, then the dirt was your only problem. If it comes back, you will need to use a digital voltmeter to check for 12 volts at the motor terminal with the key on. If you have power and ground, but the motor still does not move, the control unit itself has likely failed. Because diesel engines are complex and the airflow system is tied into your emissions and filter cleaning, it is best to see a professional if the simple cleaning and wire check do not fix the issue. Keep your air system clean, and your diesel will run strong for hundreds of thousands of miles.